Hey people, Indrid here, BB3, Estia Province, blue team. Klaus Schwab shown up for a game, or is it Overtly Gemerous as an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura, alongside HBK Lorente as a Lord General fighting in ranged combat, begins with a retinue of stormtroopers, really strong defense and support can also add to retinue members. Rounding off the team, Bulbus as a force commander, very strong offense fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. Red team, some Eldar, KhornBite as a warp spider Exarch, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing, some powerful control. They've grabbed the contested VP. We have Draktan as a Farseer, support hero fighting in melee with some powerful buffs and control. And rounding off the teams, Burning as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Doom bolts in on those scouts. They survived it though, and they grabbed that contested power. Very tricksy red team, isn't it? Warp Spider, Farseer and the Sorcerer. Looks like the blue team are doubling through the mid with Overtly rotating towards this. Is KhornBite going to react, or are they just going to push down that west side? Burning needs to be careful. They're being very aggressive going in on these Marines. Doom bolts hits nicely. Heretics have to flee, but they got the Doom blast in, but there's the heal from the Apothecary. CSM drop a model. Ground pound comes in. Was not worth the push there from Burning. I don't think they got a single model out of that. They lost a bunch of Heretics and a Marine. Double CSM for Burning. Bulbus's Marines are in trouble. Dropped a model on this east side. Probably, yeah, Banshees are up, so it might have been guided Banshees on them or something. Force Commander's not pleased. Chainswording some Guardians down. Double Banshees for KhornBite, so we may see some group teleport shenanigans. That sounds fun. Flame attacks of Overtly go straight to the northeast. Natural power of the red team here. Can they get a node down? Not quite. Not right now. I think the Farseer has put guide on herself. And here comes Burning to help the defense. With CSM and some Heretics. Doom blasting the Apothecary. The Tax take the garrison. Here's some more Eldar and some more Chaos fellas. Can get rid of the Force Commander here. Maybe take him out. Perhaps. No, they're in full flight now. They should be okay. You gradually speed up as you retreat until you get to your maximum speed, and I think they've hit it there. They can't get hit again in melee. Apothecary heals himself. That was a Purification Rites heal, which knocked over the Farseer there, as you saw. Overtly fully on the other side of the map. And they've lost this natural wreck point here, and now they're losing this natural power. And that's a very long retreat, with Banshees potentially in retreat path. But I'm not sure if they're going to go and try and kill a model there. They want to bash the power. Node's been repurchased though. Meanwhile, east side, red team pushing down here too. Oh, but look at this. This power's completely bashed. I don't think it had any generators on it though, from what I saw on the map. Doom bolts almost took down the Sentinel. Good power hit there from HBK Lorente. Got the power completely down. It might have only been a node, but they've decapped it, so now they're getting nothing. Grenade. Hit two models of the Banshees, but they get back up. Here come Flame attacks and an Apothecary though. And Banshees need to be very careful because of the Purification Rites. Heavy gauge Death Spinner, surely for the Warp Spider here to shut down that Apothecary. But we shall see. Blue team retaking the contested victory point. Well, taking it for the first time, I think. Red team getting their natural power back thanks to Burning. Oh, looks like they lost their Heretics fully, had to replace them. Gave an aspiring champion to the new fellas. They need to be aggressive going after these tactical Marines because they've got that flamer, and Overtly is so good at finding opportunities to bash power. Don't let them do it. Got to stay on these Marines. Looks like we have a customized Stormbolter on the Apothecary now. Made them retreat. Red team needs to try and push hard here with the player off the field. Looks like they want to rotate to the east a bit more. Assault squad on the field for Bulbus. Gets a really good jump. Banshees are there though. But they disrupted a hell of a lot of stuff. Banshees yelling with their war shout. Grenade went in. Scouts barely make it out though. Or maybe they don't make it out. Aspect of strength on the Banshees. The scouts do wipe. Those were Bulbus' scouts. Banshees knocked over again. Big Spirit Stones heal there from the Farseer. That was clutch. Awesome heal. The range on that is nuts, eh? Does it give me a range here, a radius? Radius 15. 393 to 454. 2-1 for blue. Grenade launchers here for the Lord General, which of course make you move faster. With the move. Shuriken setting up for KhornBite. And Shuriken in a bit of bother. Warp Spider's going after it. Does have the heavy gauge. And they're going to get the Sentinel down. And that thing had ground pound. And they took out Derek and Nigel. The Stormtroopers there. Is the Lord General going to fall? They are. It's a rough fight for HBK Lorente. Shuriken's being tied up in melee. Meanwhile, big power harass from the red team. To this southwestern power. Doombolts misses. Banshee still in play. Double CSM with Eternal War still in play. Level 2 Sorcerer. Level 1 Farseer. Scouts have to flee. They're going to get a good jump on the double CSM here. Force Commander's in to help them out with the Battle Cry as well. Starting ability of the Force Commander. Every time you perform with one of those special attacks, you get a 10% damage buff around him to infantry. So it's really good to use when you are deep in melee, so you get a bunch of those special melee attacks going. There's the heavy gauge filament, but then they all flee. Also has improved targeters. We've seen quite a capable ranged combat with the teleporting as well. Can negate cover by teleporting the other side of it, kind of thing. Power bashing in the southeast. Lots of really aggressive power hits. I'm liking it so far. Guardians coming east side. Rangers are there. They're hollow fielding stuff. Need to focus down those scouts, I think. We've got a flamer up for Bulbus. Looks like they're trying to focus down the Marines. They should have focused down the scouts. Now they're getting focused a bit. Able to get away without a loss, though, I think. Got some support from Lorente now. That guy exploded pretty hard. Got grenaded. Little bits of him now, look. 365 to 417. Ogrin's on the way for HBK Lorente in Tier 2. Other players starting to go. Looks like Draktan and Bulbus are still in Tier 1. Bulbus did replace those scouts, of course, and had to get shotguns and sergeant up. I think they won. The ones they lost had a sergeant at least as well. Sword Squad dropped to model, but they're okay. Dropped to model by getting it exploded. Who's got this thing? Oh, look at this. Red team have 2 gens over here. Sneaky webway towards the southeast going up from the Farseer. I assume from the Farseer. Oh, it doesn't tell me until it's built. Bit of a lull in the action. Sneaky scouts on overtly trying to grab the VP. Were able to decap under infiltration. Look at the damage from that Warp Spider now. With improved targeters and the heavy gauge. That's only level 2 Warp Spider too. Mark of Zinch immediately for the double CSM of burning in Tier 2. Lots of powerful anti-infantry damage, especially against heavy and super heavy infantry such as enemy Marines. And a rod of warp fires in for on-demand disruption. There it is, knocking down those attacks. It's going to be a nice tool to have against the Ogrins. Might be worth getting the Robes of Torment as well. Draktan trying to set up a bit of a flank maybe, but they may be caught in a tough spot. 2 players from the blue team here, including a bunch of Ogrins. Kinetic Pulse goes in, knocking them flat. Grenade coming a little bit late though. Burning is responding with support. Rangers get away. Those guardsmen didn't. There's a grenade. Banshee's on the prowl going after that Force Commander. I wonder if he'll get the Thunderhammer or something. There's Guide up on the Banshees, increasing their damage by 30%. Oh, they left him. They could have easily got that Force Commander down there, I think. They went for the scouts. Got a couple of models down. Ogrin's fled. They didn't lose their bonehead leader, though, I don't think. He's at the front there. Red team able to keep the pressure up. How much did they lose though? Looks like Burning lost their heretics along the way, having to get them back again. HBK Lorente lost some guardsmen. Got stormtroopers on the way, and KhornBite with some Wraith Lord action. 287 to 417. Where is Overtly? They are capturing the enemy team's natural VP, and they've taken this power too, while the red team were pushing on that power. I don't think they bashed the node, almost got that generator. Sorcerer is going to go down, should get revived from there by the Farseer. I think, of rune armor in, and here comes Overtly to bash this power now. Going for the node immediately, trying to get the decap. Wraith Lord coming in, going to swing that big old sword. There it is. Massive chunks of damage per swing. Did not get a model though. Oh, there we go. They got one. Apothecary trying to take over the decap. Scouts there to take over it as well. And they got it. Now they have to waste time taking it back. I'll spend time. It's definitely not a waste of time. Howling Banshees fall. We do indeed have Thunderhammer Force Commander with the Sacred Standard in, buffing everything. They got doubled pretty hard there. Tier 3 for burning, that's a big risk. It's a big risk trying to get that going. Draktan replaces their Howling Banshees. You don't often see them replaced this late. Those Marines got messed up quite badly there. We have melter guns on the Lord General. We'll fight harder. Got to try and get their power back though. Yeah, burning should have got some more stuff out in tier 2, I think maybe. Double CSM is amazing DPS, but it's a little bit one-dimensional. They get jumped by the assault squad and they're kind of screwed. Or they get rushed by the Ogrins and they're kind of screwed. And we don't have Robes of Torment or anything. Needs to warp fire these Ogrins. There we go. It's a good hit. Really good hit. They got healed though by the medical pack from the medical sergeant you see in there with the chainsword. Just pushing in on base. Multiple bases. Big Spirit Stones heal. That Thunderhammer with that 360 knockback though, so good at disruption. Scouts have to flee. And maybe now they can get their power back. Excellent push from the blue team with not a lot of units as well. Grenade. I don't know why these guys are staying here. They are getting outshot. The fight harder really makes a big difference, even to a single squad. Having to reinforce so many Marines is burning. I think some grenade launchers on the heretics is needed to disrupt these ranged troops and can disrupt the Ogrins with it as well after the warp fire maybe. Meanwhile, west side, Wraith Lord is still here. Howling Banshees have an Exarch with a spear. They're going to try and grab these points. Strange place to put a webway, I think. Usually you want one a bit further back out of the way, but let's see how it goes. 285 to 298 was this. Red team trying to steal this power now. They have got their natural back. They haven't noded it yet. Tier 3 for Draktan. Tier 3 for all of the blue team. And we have some Bulgrins. These guys are limited to 1 and upgraded for the Ogrins. Resets their level. But they get 2400 hit points. And a better weapon. And they get use your shield. Maybe they'll use it against these Howling Banshees here. Wraith Lord is very far forward. But they bashed the power and stole it. Well played, KhornBite. This is Overtly trying to take the VP back though. Heavy gauge filament on the Apothecary. Can't heal when he's stunned. Now they can. There it is. Wraith Lord comes in with a big smack. Oh, they have advanced healing up too. Just saw a bit of it there to help those guys retain their models. This is a 2v1 against KhornBite all of a sudden. Need to be very careful. Trying to go after this heavy turret. Dropped him by the Lord General off their global bar. This thing has vehicle armor and does heavy damage to vehicles. Wraith Lord takes it out. I don't know if this Wraith Lord can get away now, though. Good special, but they're going to be taken out. Melter Gun's getting it done. Grenades going in. Both sides grenades going in. 270 to 298. Chaos Predator on the way for burning. Webway is, when they get close enough to spot it, it'll be taken out. There we go. This power's built up as well. I don't think I've ever seen both of these powers built up on SD or Province. At least I don't remember it. What is this now? More power bashing in the northeast. Banshee's in trouble. Ouch. That was the Exarch going down there, I think. Barely got away, actually. Took their sweet time to retreat there. Sometimes it happens. Kinetic Pulse stops the decap at least. Well played, Draktan. Tank will be here soon. They have noded it again. And here's a big flank from Burning with double CSM. They don't have the Aspiring Champion yet, though, on these guys. Wanted to get that tank up. And they could actually get another tank up relatively soon. And that might be worth saving up for. Just keep this one. Oh, they're going Mark of Tzeentch immediately. Wary of the tier 3 of Imperial Guard, I guess. You basically need to get tier 3 as Imperial Guard in a team game. You can't really get it done in tier 2 with Imperial Guard. You need those tanks. With some really, really good Chimera play, maybe you could. Supporting Stormtroopers and stuff. You're going to be bled a hell of a lot. Fire Prism on the way for KhornBite. That will help them stop caps. Overtly, he's just going for Terminators, I assume. Unless they want Land Raider first. Power Bash attempt here by HBK Lorente. I don't know if the Fire Prism's going to be able to come out in time to help with this. Banshees will just have to run in. Oh, trying to bait them into a rocket run. A creeping barrage. This is the creeping barrage. Not quite as horrific as a rocket run. Bulbus, though, has a Vanguard veteran squad. Meanwhile... Oh, they fully bashed the power. That was Overtly. Just gets on every power. 270 to 204. Sorcerer getting knocked around. Able to finish the cap, though. There we go. And now lots of DPS pouring in on the Force Commander to get rid of him. These guys trying to hit this power back. It's only a node though. So much power bashing. Awesome to see. See it over here now too. Overtly has Terminators up with a Cyclone Missile Launcher going for that poor Fire Prism. Only 500 hit points on that thing. The Cyclone can really mess it up so fast. Melter Gun's going after it too. They're trying to out-repair it. Where is that Warp Spider? Oh, they're just firing. I thought they'd come in and tie up the Lord General or something. They take a couple of models out, including the Medical Sergeant. Power was bashed. Power was maybe bashed over there. I'm not sure if it got replaced already. Assault Terminator's up for Bulbus. And they came to the wrong neighborhood. Draktan using Levitation Field to lock them in place, or float them in the air, I guess. Have tons of DPS from the Tzeentch Marines. Can they get away? They still have two models somehow. Nope, maybe not. And down go those Assault Terminators. They did not last long. That's a massive, massive loss for Bulbus. They might drop their Force Commander here too. Yep, Force Commander goes down. It means a larger Sacred Standard bonus of 40%, but there's a triple cap for blue. Red team need to get on their VPs. Double grenades completely miss. That was weird. We've got some Dark Creepers in play. Fire Prism doing a good job disrupting these guys. And there's that DPS from the Dark Creepers. Red team getting their VP back. They need to keep something on this VP, I think. See a Council in play for Draktan. Another Chaos Predator for burning. They could also drop a nuke somewhere. They might need to do it to prevent a cap. Oh, look at this. Sneaky scouts from Overtly Gemerous. See a Council. More than a match for them in melee, of course. But they had to stop their capping to do that. Tank going very far forward. being aggressive. I found nothing wrong with being aggressive, but maybe not with your tank out front. Another one up for burning, and it's also getting Mark of Tzeentch, which is more of an anti-vehicle upgrade. Haven't seen any vehicles really on the blue team yet. There's that advanced healing from the level 5 Apothecary. Banshees going after the Lord General. I thought they shouted a bit earlier there, but they got the suppression. And there's a Psychic Storm. Looks like Fire Prism knocked them out of it though. Las Cannon getting grenaded. Survives. Down goes a heavy turret. The tanks are doing quite well for burning so far. It's a good map for tanks, Estia Province. Decent amount of space to maneuver. How's Red Team doing on power? They have the contested power on the eastern edge. They do have their natural powers. Doesn't look like there's any gens on them though. Just saw the Farseer fall over. Fire Prism's done well for KhornBite as well. Look at that. They grabbed the blue team's natural. Well played burning. Shooting up some Bullgrins as well. Tons of DPS. Still doesn't have aspiring champions on these Chaos Space Marines. They're level 3. They deserve some aspiring champion goodness, I think. Librarian in play for Bulbus, but that is a nasty Imperial Abyss from burning. Almost wiped those Marines. Definitely stopped them capping. 246 to 39. A lot of VPs to make up for the red team. Can they do it? Is that Seer Council wiping? Oh no, that's Draktan Seer Council wipe there. Big loss. Cyclone Missile Launcher Barrage. Look at the damage. That was like maybe a third of the missiles landing. Crazy damage. Can't knock down the Terminators. He did Fire Prism. So they might just be able to get a cap here. Trying to stun them, but that doesn't stop them capping either. I think it's worth stepping up a bit, trying to go after this Apothecary, because that advanced healing is nasty. Shotgun blast on the Banshees coming in from Draktan, and they are dealt with. And there's the cap, 220 to 39, 1-1. Burning continues to harass the mid quite well here. Force Commander's still down. Lorente with that las cannon still in play, trying to go after those tanks, of course. Shimmer Orb is up to facilitate this cap here. Yeah, you can't grenade him when he's in there. Scouts getting spotted eventually. Warp Spider had to get away though. More Seer Council for Draktan when we see the first vehicle from the Imperial Guard. So Leman Russ on the way for HBK Lorente. Overtly has tons of resources here, and they can drop a nuke. I guess they're just waiting for the cooldown of Terminators to get some more of them. Missile launcher. Looks like it fell short. Dark Reaper's putting in some really good DPS there. And they kill a Terminator. Might be worth us getting some more Dark Reapers. Looks like KhornBite agrees and gets some more going. Wraithguard would do really well over there as well, I think. It also means you can suppress the Marines with it. Here's the second Seer Council of Draktan. A squad of Warlocks with power melee Witchblades and a damage resistance aura that affects themselves. Why are you guys yelling? Banshees are just so excited to see those Seer Council, they immediately yelled. Sternguard Veterans of Bulbus capping a fully beefed up power point over there. And that's the main source of income for Red Team's power. They have quite a lot of it at the moment though, so I guess I don't feel the need to invest in more generators. Scouts able to get a decap. Warp Spider Exarch goes back to it. Banshees in retreat path take out those scouts. That must have been very satisfying because they did so much work for Overtly. These guys now being chased. The Seer Council and the Howling Banshees will do a lot of damage to Terminators. Also to an Apothecary, level 7 here. More Terminators are in. And they immediately go for a Cyclone Missile Launcher as well. 108 to 39. What is this? That's Bullgrins pushing through, and the Leman Russ pushing through with a Vanquisher Cannon. Both of these tanks might fall here. One goes down. Burning does have a good chunk of resources though. Could maybe get a Bulbus up. 1-to-1 cap here. Markov's tank was chasing. Thor again, now trying to go after it. I think they spotted the Melter Gun's Lord General and didn't want to chase, but they got the Leman Russ down. That's a big win for the red team, because that thing was hella dangerous to that tank. Meanwhile, west side, Marines are maybe dying. Sergeant's down. These guys have a plasma gun, by the way. There's that heavy gauge. Terminator's very, very low, able to teleport away. More Eldar. More aggressive Eldar. I feel like Overtly's basically just been left alone on this west side late game. Where are those Bulgrins? Here they come. And here's Bulbus too. Double Dark Creepers though, just pouring out the DPS. The Fire Prism's been amazing also. 161 to 39. Can the red team keep up this pressure? It's not always easy for the Eldar to do. Banshee's just wiped then, I think. I think that was Draktan's Banshee's wiping. Marco Zine CSM now in play. Still don't have their aspiring champions. Come on now. Oh, these guys. No, they don't. They're both level 4. Oh, these guys are level 3. But no aspiring champions. Fire Prism's really far forward. Needs to be careful. Looks like Crack's shot was up on those Dark Creepers there. Needs to use that a hell of a lot, I think. Great unclean one for burning. Fire Prism for Draktan. Tank needs to be careful. Turns around, showing rear armor, which could be problematic. Can they get that Lord General down? They can. Bulgrins continue to chase, but I think the tank's going to be alright. Here comes some heretics with a Doom Blast to suppress them. 1-to-839. Advanced healing going in there. But double Dark Creepers are in play. And Banshees. Did they just come out of the webway up there? Why did they yell so early again? I'm not sure. I don't think they were fighting anything over there. Good little dip in there from the Banshees. Sometimes you just need to run them in to make the enemy back off and focus them for a few seconds, you know? It's kind of their job in a late game. If they can't set up flanks, they've got to just run in and draw some fire. Great unclean one hitting the field momentarily. Draktan's Fire Prism is up. They're going for a second. Another Imperial Abyss from Burning. Imperial Abyss that time killing a Terminator, pulling in the Apothecary, forcing retreat if nothing else. And these guys getting subjugated. Look at that. Into the Abyss. That was pretty awesome. I think they can maybe wipe him here. Trying to get it done. There we go. Still no aspiring champion for these guys. I mean, it's kept the population and upkeep down a bit, I suppose. They've done really well without him. Where's the great unclean one, though? Here he is. Big fella coming west side. Super unit for chaos. Passively damages nearby enemies and has some nasty abilities as well as powerful melee. Something sneaking up. It's some sneaky stormtroopers going for the VP. Blue team get the natural back 52-39. They do have stuff watching the VP, I think. Great unclean one vomits, but they teleported out. Bulgrins are getting controlled by their Fire Prism. Leman Russ getting targeted now. It's another Vanquisher. Oh, they got the decap. The Stormtroopers did get the decap on the VP. There's Crack shot on the Dark Creepers again. There's a Reaper missile barrage. Down goes the Leman Russ. Cloud of Flies knocks back the Bulgrins and they have to retreat. Red team definitely have enough to get this done. But one really good nuke or one really bad fight for them could turn things. Overtly down to one Terminator squad now. It's going to be a few minutes at least until they can get more Terminators. 29-39. Avatar of Cain on the way for Draktan. GG says HBK Lorente. And they've got a D-cannon over here now too, thanks to KhornBite. It's going to be very difficult for them to cap that side, because even if the Terminators can stand up to the Fire Prisms, they can't stand up to a Singularity. 15 to 39. I don't think we're going to get to see the Avatar stomping around. See a Council harassing some Terminators here, just absolute terrors. There's no way blue team can get onto that contested VP in time. Red team have it made up around 200 or maybe even more VPs at the end there. Awesome pressure from them. Really well played. The Eldar were hitting hard and fast and able to retain stuff a bit better than usual. Eldar often kind of collapse late game in a 3v3. Level 7 Apothecary for Overtly. Level 7 Lord General for HBK Lorente. Level 7 Force Commander. All the 7s for the red team, for the blue team rather. They did well. All those heroes did well. Level 6 Warp Spider. A level 8 Sorcerer. That Tome of Subjugation. And level 4 Farseer doing her floaty business at the end there. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. And I'll see you next time.